Please forgive me for the background. This is a rain. There's a complete huge storm of rain. Basically, let's talk about trans chihiro drama. Just for disclaimer, I'm not transphobic or homophobic. Let me mark this. But if any of you love yaoi fetishizing gay people like this, then get away from me. I'm not saying I'm a homophobic or anything. As a non-binary person, I speak for myself. I'm not. And also I go for she, her, and they, them. If you don't know, I've been playing in Ponytown for a while, and I've spent most of the time in the Danganronpa area since I kind of left the My Hero Academia fandom. It's too much awful. I still love the show and all, but I'm not gonna cosplay from it anymore. I'll still watch and read the manga, but that's out of topic. Basically, people have been headcaning Chihiro or saying he's transgender. Transgender means a person who does not feel comfortable in the sex they were born as, and they feel more comfortable as the opposite gender. It also sometimes also have a definition for non-binary people, bi-gender people, gender fluid people, and a lot of other genders. And no, anime sexual is not a sexuality. If you know Chihiro, good for you. If he's a comfort character, then nice, but please do not headcanon him as trans or say he's trans. Why? Then most of you forgot his backstory. Chihiro got bullied for not being man enough or not acting like a real boy. Means that Chihiro is very sensitive and emotional because of the bullying and harassment. He developed a weakness complex. Now, what is a weakness complex and what does it have to do with it? Weakness complex, in other words, an inferiority complex, is a psychological term used to describe people with intense feelings of inadequacy, often resulting in a belief that no one in some way indifference inferior virtually to others. According to Afrodander, a feeling of inferiority might be brought about upbringing as a child. For example, being compared to siblings, physical and mental limitations, or experience of social discrimination, for example, having limited opportunities due to race, economic situation, or gender. You heard that? Gender. An inferiority complex may cause an individual to overcompensate in social status. For example, someone who feels inferior because they're shorter than average may become overly concerned with their appearance. Then they may go on a strict diet, engage in rigorous exercise, hoping that a slimmer body will make them taller. If this is taken to the extreme, it becomes neurosis. It also causes an individual act out with behaviors ranging with dramatized attention seeking to excessive competition and aggression in an attempt to accommodate for the real imagined differences, according to Cambridge Dictionary of Psychology. I need to breathe. In other psychology, a combination of nervous belief in the individual that she is unable to cope with some aspect of life because of the real imagined physical or psychological deficiency, feeling of depression, and accession of coping efforts in that area. In other sense of general term for a personal sense of inferiority, people say it's because he has gender dysphoria, which gender dysphoria is a psychological term used to describe how people are not comfortable with their sex part and what basically how they were with the body they were born as. The pronouns they have, which can cause triggers, especially with transphobic comments. Now, what does have to do with that? Well, let me explain. There is differences with inferiority complex and gender dysphoria. Inferiority complex describes the uncomfortable situation of being compared to someone or degrading someone for their race, economic situation, or gender. I'm repeating that, which influences the person into believing what others say and can hurt them physically and mentally. And that's on learning psychology. It was actually really good. Gender dysphoria happens to the person not feeling comfortable with the sex they were born and they want to be the opposite sex. Not wanting, but also want to feel like it. which helps them with the mental situation and physical situation sometimes. Chihiro didn't dress up as a girl just because he has gender dysphoria. He dressed up as a girl just so the bullying would stop. It annoys me seeing people headcanon him or saying he's trans. I told someone that and they said did not interact. Not an excuse. And I'm really disgusted with people who keep doing it. If any of you still doing it, just watch this video and please think about what you do. I think this situation should be talked more about it, as it is important to understand his backstory more often. Because usually people don't want to bring it up since it sounds annoying, but I think it's very important to understand the character. If Chihiro is actually a comfort character, then you should understand more of his story and about his weakness complex. And to understand the differences between weakness complex and gender dysphoria. In the end of the day, people won't believe it, but please see and learn about the mistake. And please learn about this. Am I okay with headcanon? I'm not saying it's wrong to headcanon. For me, it only depends how and the reason why. I'm not a fan of headcanons mostly. Sure, there's some LGBTQ ships that I like knowing about, but I'm not headcanon. If you reached the end of the video, hello there. And please stop with saying Chihiro trans. I was Leo, and I'll see you next time. Bye!